private dress. In conversation, she spoke just like a baroness.
Continuing our two-part Queen the Greatest Live special, where we revisit the archive to hear some more fascinating insights from Freddie Mercury.
Perfume came naturally from Paris, 'cause she couldn't care less.
What makes Queen such a tour de force when performing live is how the brilliance of each individual member combines to create a single unit that is quite literally unbeatable. Just like Roger, Brian and John, Freddie understood and developed what he needed to deliver to make the magic happen, and connecting with the audience was a top priority.
Actually, that's the part of my role. I have to win them over, otherwise it's not a successful gig. You know, it's not a. I have to. It's my job to make sure that I win them over and make them feel that they've had a good time. That's part of my role. That's part of my duty that I have to do. And I mean, you know, when this sort of cliche of saying that you have them eating from the palm of your hand is I just feel that the quicker I do that, the better, because then I feel that I can manipulate them or whatever. But it's all to do with me feeling in control, and so that I know that it's all going well.
Thank you very much. Do you like my claws? They're real diamonds. It's a present from the devil himself. You don't believe me? They don't believe me. Right now we'd like to do some rock and roll a la Queen. I tell you what, this is a number on a Sheer Heart Attack album, Stone Cold Crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
With Queen wanting their shows to be as entertaining and theatrical as possible, that meant Freddie needed to bring energy, flamboyance and style to every performance. And fortunately for the fans, he never disappointed.
I'm very frivolous, and I like to enjoy myself. And what better way to do it than on stage in front of 300,000 people? You know, and you know, I just cook on stage. You know, it's just that's just my nature. That's not what I am like in real life. You know, I have a, you know, my character's built up of all kinds of ingredients, and this is one element of me that on stage that's my job. And I don't like to go on stage sitting on a stool and do a show. I like to, you know, I'm very volatile in that way, and I like to, I don't know, I like to actually put a song across, you know, in the way it is, and it's all part of showbiz and theatre, and that's another side of me. So,
as Queen's popularity skyrocketed, so did the number of people wanting to see them perform live. For many bands, large venues and massive crowds would be overwhelming, but for Queen, it was what they were all about.
To my sentence, but committed no crime and bad mistakes.
No. I think everybody that wants to be successful and is successful. I mean, you know, it's. I don't care what they say. I mean, they're not going to say, "Oh, I like playing to." I know there was a fashion, there was a trend earlier on, a few years ago, you know, with the punk movement or whatever. They said, "Oh, we want to play to the small audiences because we're being intimate and all that." Load of rubbish. I mean, everybody who wants to be a star wants to play to the biggest audiences, isn't that? And inside them, that you know, I'm not afraid to speak that out. Everybody wants to play to the biggest audiences ever. I want to play it to as many people as I can, you know, and the more the merrier, you know. Because my music is not, you know, it's not channeled into any category. I want everybody to listen to it. I don't write music for just Japanese or just the Germans, or it's for everybody. Music is limitless, you know, and you know, and I'm not an elitist or whatever that say I only want my songs to be heard by a certain, you know, intelligent quota. You know, I just want everybody, because music is for everybody. You know, it's an international language, and that's the way it is. So as far as I'm concerned, I like the whole world to listen to my music, and I want anybody and everybody to come and listen to me and look at me when I'm playing.
We are the champions.